Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new series here at Chequered Simsports. This is our first series in a set of course competizione, the Trofeo Sprint Cup, using the monstrous Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo cars. Drivers will be subject to 30-minute assaults on the sensors in this brand new sprint series. So round one will take us to Nurburgring in Germany for the Nurburgring, famous for the green hell of an Nordschleife and real races such as the 24 Hours of Nurburgring. Of course, won't be going that far today. We'll be doing the Grand Prix circuit. I'll be using a 30-minute race format for the race this evening. So no strategy, no tyre or fuel conservation, just all-out war. So we are just getting into the qualifying session now. So we'll bring up the HUD for you here. So as you can see, everyone's just on their laps at the moment. We're only a minute or so into the qualifying. And we'll see if I have the right HUD in front of us here. Daniel Vidamari, who we're watching here. He was the fastest in the practice by quite a margin, about 9/10 of a second. He was up on everybody else. So he is looking good to take the pole here this evening. Of course, he's got some stiff competition from the likes of Kish as well. If you follow us in the ACC series, you'll know that these guys are very, very fast in the Edgy Racing team. So for Daniel Vidamar in the Simco team for Kish. So ones to look out for. But making his long-awaited debut back or return into sim racing, Matthew Sanderson, our main admin here at Chequered Simsports. He's going to be racing for the first time in 5 years in a CFS event. So this is a very exciting time for him, and it'll be good to see how he gets on. So just coming round to start some flying laps now. Keep an eye on who is where on circuit. What we'll do here, we've got number 42 just coming through to start a flying lap. So let's ride on board with number 42. This is Thomas Evans for the Dad Boy Racing motorsport team, sporting the Welsh flag there. Going down to the first corner, braking quite heavily at the 100-metre mark, right in towards the apex, turning in for the first right-hander, try and bring it. He's left it a little bit tight on the exit, but that sets him up for the left-hander of turn 2. Patient on throttle going down the hill and then braking into turn 3. Very tricky, very clumsy section, the stadium section, through turn 4, the right hander, and this is where you get on the throttle, use as much of that outside track as you can, the access road, and then going down the hill, braking into the next left hander, turn 5, bring it right in towards the apex, and then immediately after you get on the throttle, braking once again into the next turn. More patience on the throttle, and then heading down towards the hairpin now to end the first sector of the lap. Braking just as that curve comes in, just after. Straight towards the apex, use as much trail braking as you can on these cars. Just keep the back end in check, using all the curve. There is Tom. Hopefully that's not putting him on, that's not an advantage lap. Through the Schumacher S's. Oh, the understeer there! As he goes through the first part of the Schumacher S's, that's probably going to invalidate his lap. It's definitely going to slow him down, and braking now into the next S-bend section. Difficult in between gears there through that corner, second and third, and braking through the right-hander. Now coming down the hill now towards the chicane. Through the fast right sweeper, you can probably take that flat out. It looks like Tom Evans is backing out and is just looking to go again, looking to let some traffic through. But that is pretty much the lap. We'll just ride on board and he gets it back underway. He's got some space, as you can see, on the right hand side. And then through the chicane, you take a lot of speed in through this, so when you're going full chat, but obviously Tom just setting himself up for another lap. And then coming through the final corner to complete a lap of the Nurburgring. So that's not going to be a representative time for Tom, as he's probably backed off due to the wide moment he had through the Schumacher S's. Yep, that's not a time for him. Looking at times, Daniel Vidamari is currently on provisional pole. He has set a 1 minute 57.606. So fantastic fast half lap time there for Vidamari in the number 68 car. So he's got the pro class stickers on the car, so he's got a lot of racing under his belt in ACC. Let's see, looking at my time here, he's about 2/10 down on his best lap at the moment. So we will have to See if he can improve on that one. Chris Vickers in P5, number 73 car. He is currently in currently 5th position. He's on a fast lap. He's losing a little bit of time though. Let's have a look at him through here. He's about 3/10 up now for the Rookie Monsters entry. Best lap so far, 1 minute 59.091. So he's a bit off the pace at the moment. He's coming through into the 3rd sector now. About just under half a second up. He's about 4/10 of a second up on his best time now. We'll come through the final corner and we'll see what he can do to improve. Through the final corner, Matthew Sanderson there. Admin Matt going up into 4th, immediately knocked down into 5th place. We've got a car there, just pulling over to the side. That's a 79 car. Who is that? That's Monterrubio. I apologise if I butchered that name. But Chris Vickers goes into, I think, stays in. He goes into 5th position. Stays in all honesty, because he was actually there to start with. But yeah, his last lap there, 1 minute 58.581. So good lap from Chris Vickers. See, he's going to try and improve there. Matt Sanderson, if I can click on the right thing before it sorts it on my overlay. He's currently on a fast lap as well. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead though, so that could possibly slow him down. It has slowed him down. He's lost that time. He's lost about a 10th of a second. But he is going to have a little bit of slipstream coming up the hill. Not sure who that is in front of him. But he's going to be wanting that Lamborghini to get right out of the way as quickly as possible. So we'll talk about a little bit about the Super Trofeo cars themselves. So rarely used in Assetto Corsa Competizione. Obviously not the main focus of the game. They are just a little bonus content, but they're fantastic to drive. They may look like they've got all of the downforce in the world to rival a GT3, but that is not the case. These cars, they've got downforce, but very limited downforce. So it is Larry. Larry on the brakes, Larry on the power. It's got about as much power as the GT3 variant of the Huracan that you're more used to seeing, but a fraction of the downforce, and that makes it such a beast to try and maintain around these corners. There's Matt Sanderson. He's gone across the line. 1 minute 59.481, so he's about half a second down there, but that is due to some traffic. So people looking to improve. Been saying throughout the practice, he wants to go quicker. He knows he can. He's been practicing under the wrong weather, it seems, and that's made him. It's thrown him off in the setup-wise. So here we have Alexis Clapano, Alexis 16 Racing. So that's number 16 entry. A long-time friend of Chequered Simsports. He's been out of racing with us for a while, but it's good to see him back and as competitive as ever. And he is currently just about less than a tenth quicker than his overall best at the moment, but that was 1 minute 58.455 is his best so far. So keep an eye on that. He's getting a little bit of time though through the start, the end of Sector 1. So keep an eye on that as it goes along. While here as well, if you are enjoying the stream, I know it's a bit early to ask, but if you're enjoying the stream, then please feel free to drop a like on the stream and consider subscribing as well if you want to keep up to date with all the streams and content we do here at Chequered Simsports. Our first foray into a full series for Assetto Corsa Competizione, but focus mainly on endurance racing in R Factor 2 for the World Sports Car Challenge. That's on every other Sunday, continuing from our Christmas break next week. It's getting quite close up at the top of the field. Vidamari is still on pole with 157.477. He can go a little bit quicker than that. I've seen him go that a little bit quicker in practice, but hot on the heels is Cavagnino, if I'm saying that correctly. I do apologise if not. He is only 2.5 tenths behind. So see how Alexis Capano does here. He's just a bit quicker, and that is enough to put him into 3rd position. So look how tight the field is there. the top 4 cars very, very close to each other, within about 0.4 of a second. We're used to seeing that kind of closeness in all our events here. There's Danny Vidamari. He is currently on a fast lap, coming through the first sector now, out of the stadium section as the car is around, pulling over, go back to the pits. Flash of lights there from Vidamari just to let number 22 ahead know that he is coming. He's right-hander now, down the hill towards the hairpin. He's lost a little bit of time, has Vidamari, in the first sector here. Keep an eye on that. Caminino is also, I believe, on track. Caminino, I do apologise. It's not a CFS stream unless at least one name is completely butchered, and I can only apologise, but I have a smooth brain. So, not long left in the qualifying session, just 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. That's enough for about 2 more flying laps from everybody here. So, this is crunch time now. So, Vidamari is going to get 2 more laps round to solidify his pole position. Caminino is only got 2 laps to try and steal that away. He's starting a new lap now, so let's watch him. He's right behind. Well, he's just ahead, I do apologise, of Vidamari. So 2 teammates in the engine racing cars doing battle. Looking at my live time, which unfortunately we don't have any live timing for this round, but we will definitely have it for round 2 at Misano in 2 weeks' time. But look at the timing here, the top 4 cars are currently on better laps with Balaji Kish number 18, about 2.3 of a second quicker. So this is getting very, very tight at the top of the field. Midfield battle as well from about 5th downwards to about 10th. That's looking fairly tight as well. There's only about a second between them. So all to play for in the midfield as well for the straggling of the points. But we're all looking at the pole battle here. Vidamari is up on his time, he's about 2/10 up on his time. Coming through the second sector through Schumacher S's. Caminino is down by about 4/10, so he's had a nightmare of a corner somewhere. That's unfortunate for him. That's this Alex Capano. I apologise for that though. He is just about quicker. Baj Kiss there goes into 2nd position. Fantastic. He's only at 10th off of number 68. So Kish there, fantastic lap from him. He's going to have one more chance to go around, see if he can better that. Looks like he has gone around again, so we'll keep an eye on his progress. Here comes the 87 to finish his lap. He is down. Looks like he's backed off possibly. Yeah, he definitely did back off, so he's going for one more time, and so is Vidamari. Vidamari doing a 1:57.219. Absolutely storming lap from Vidamari there. He is showing his cards right at the beginning. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with throughout the entirety of this race, it seems. We got 3 seconds left, so the last car to come across the line there was the number 22 car. Number 22 is somewhere. There it is. Pinder in 18th position. So he's going to be the last car to set a lap, it seems. Vidamari going quicker once again. He's about 1/10 up. Rajkesh has given up. He is happy with his 2nd position, about 3.5 of a second behind the leader. Number 87, as we are watching here. He is just off his best so far. He's pulling about even at the moment, so there is definitely opportunity for him to improve. He does have some traffic ahead of him though. It's the number 5 car, Milioni. currently on his lap in the bright pink, rather delicious looking Lamborghini, and it goes off. So that's his lap over and done with. Two AG Racing cars here, finishing their laps off together. Through into the third sector in a moment. We'll have a look at their times. Looks like Vidamari's about 2/10 off. And Cavallino is less than a tenth off his time. He can gain some time through the final chicane here. He does. He's gained just about a tenth, but the exit wasn't the best. He's gained a little bit more time in the braking zone with the final corner. I don't think it's going to be enough though. He's going to gain half a second. He's definitely not gained that. Coming across the line, and that is it. He cannot improve his position. So there you'll see the starting order for all the drivers. Vidamari in number 68, starting in first position, 1 minute 57, with Blazkowicz behind there. Cavallino in third position, followed by Alex Copano in the 16. Monterrubio in the number 79 in fifth, and then Vickers in the 73 is in sixth. Yusuf in the 55, and Intrieri, I do apologise, is in the 84 in 8th position, followed by Van der Meulen in number 95, Sanderson in the number 29, Planas in 81, and then Milioni in the 5 in 12th position. Then down the rest we have grid, we have Dendau, Master, Smith, Evans, Van der Slot, Pinder, Verkade, and Minga making your grid. So I'm just going to quickly have to go back into the drive because that's how Assetto Corsa likes to do it. So we're just lining up on the grid now to start the race. Standing start. Not standing, sorry. It's a rolling start. As is customary for these kind of vehicles, it's very difficult to get these things off the line, especially with all of the traction control bogging you down. As you see there, we have a 30-minute race. Quite late in the evening, 7 o'clock local time, so temperatures are low, 12-degree track temperature and air temperature, so grippy surface for the tyres, but if they drop, if the temperature drops, then it's going to be difficult to get that back. So we'll definitely see some strong attempts here. About 3.5 minutes to go until we get into the race session. Screen's not doing anything at the moment. I'm going to click to a different car. Hopefully that works. It's just people lining up on the grid, just getting ready to start the race. So don't worry, Thomas. Nothing's wrong. It's just the race is yet to start. Thank you for jumping in there, Matt. But yeah, place your bets now. Who is going to win? The favourite, definitely looking like Vidamari. Clearly very quick in the qualifying pace, but can he keep that up for half an hour? It's one thing to go quick for our lap. You've got to maintain that speed if you want to win, though. Blazkowicz number 18 alongside. He's going to want to get a good start and try and just break away if he can. And look out further down, Copano number 16. He's going to look to try and get a decent start, get himself into the podium positions. They're right there within his grasp. And Sanderson as well in 10th position. He won't be happy with that. He will be looking to gain a few positions come race time. Now we do have a few first-time racers here this evening, so good to see some new faces along some old ones. Hopefully it's going to be a very popular series as it goes along, running every fortnight on a Wednesday evening at various different circuits in Assetto Corsa Competizione, with the next round being in Misano in Italy. A fantastic circuit is Misano. Very difficult to overtake though, so it would be very prudent to get a good qualifying position. One and a half minutes to the race start now. This is when the nerves start creeping in for all the drivers here. They want to focus on getting a good start, staying out of trouble, making sure the tyres and the brakes are up to temperature going to turn 1. Make sure you don't go diving in at turn 1 because of the cold tyres and brakes. The amount of times I've been in public lobby racing and I've just seen someone diving straight down the inside and taking out absolutely everybody ahead. You want to avoid that. Absolutely. If you want to have a good a good finish in the race. There's only half an hour. It is very important not to mess up the start because you don't have the time to crawl it back. If it was, say, a 3 or 4 hour race, if you had an incident on the first lap that put you down at the back of the field just by a few seconds, you've got the time to claw back and recover some of that race. You see the number 68 violently getting thrown off the jacks as he's ready to go. But yeah, half an hour, you've not got a lot of time to claw that back, so any damage, any incidents you get involved in, any penalties you get, it's going to really harm your race. No pit stops in this race either. This is a straight fight from start to finish. Here we are from the helicopter view, and you can see the field of 20 cars all lining up in the distance there. And we are underway for the formation lap, so to speak. Coming through the final chicane, it's a short formation lap, so limited time to get the tyres up to temperature. You see the cars streaming through there. Coming around the final corner now, and then the race will begin when the in-game race director gives the green light. So, forming up now on the start-finish straight. See who can get a good start. The green light. There's a drive-through penalty already for Chris Vickers. That's a terrible start for him. But Vidamari getting a good, decent start there. Looks like Capano is going alongside the 87. He's going to go diving into the first corner. Who's going to come out ahead? 3 wide behind there. As one of the other Energy Racing cars. Through the first corner. Looks like there's a slight contact there between Cavajinho and the number 16. Looks like everyone's through okay at the moment. I think we've had one spinner in the background though. I'm not entirely sure who that was. See, I think number 5 car. So that's Milioni. He's had a dreadful start there. He's back at the back of the field, but everyone's underway. And it looks like Vidamari is off, and he is starting to run away. Oh, Campana goes wide. He's on the gravel. Can he bring it back on safely? He looks like he's just about able to do that. He's lost a few positions down there into 5th. Maybe a bit lower, actually. So not a good start at all there for Capano. He's got some work to do now. Balazs Kish there actually got into the lead, it seems. What happened to Vidamari? I missed that, but Balazs Kish is in the lead and has pulled a slight gap over on the 68, with the 87 following closer behind that. So fantastic start. It's exactly what he wanted. Did the number 18. Now he's going to try and run away. There's some battling going on in the background. Looks like Sanderson is trying to go side by side, it seems. Looks like that has come to a close. And this is number 84 car, Marco Intrieri, who didn't have the best of starts. He currently sat in 6th position. Do apologise if the timings don't quite work out. They've not quite figured themselves out there. This is Niels van der Meulen, sorry, in the Manimals Racing Team car, fighting off. That's Chris Vickers coming in to serve his pit stop. That's a drive-through for everybody. What's going on here? Looks like there might be an issue with driver times, possibly. That would be the likely cause of that. Of course, set course competition union having the fantastic fantastic decision to have the driver stint times put in seconds rather than minutes, so very difficult to sort that out. So wait to see what happens in the race here, as that will look to be solved at some point, but it will end up with everyone just being disqualified if that carries on. But number 18, currently in the lead. He is being chased by Daniel Vidamari in 2nd position, number 68 car. And this is a slight breakaway of the group now they've got going on. They've got a few tenths over Cavajinho. and a few tenths more over Niels van der Meulen in 4th position. Just keeping an eye on the chat here, make sure that we don't do get some form of restart, I'm assuming. So I'll keep an eye on that as it comes along. Vidamari still fighting there. The race is still going on for these two cars, number 68. Right on board for a quick second. Oh, that looks like all of the drive-thrus have now disappeared. So I'm not sure if that was a glitch in my HUD or if that was the server just sorting itself out, but that all seems good for now. Looks like the number 68 car looking to try and make a move from turn 1. That's number 79 into the pits, so not entirely sure what happened there. So looks like a lot of cars coming into the pits here to serve possibly some penalty, I'm not entirely sure. So coming down into the third sector here, not quite close enough yet is Vidamari to make the move. He might be trying to just bide his time for the time being. Find out where exactly Blazkowicz in the 18 is slow, where he can attack. Further down the field, see if we've got any more battles going on. This is the closest one we do have for the time being. This field's starting to spread out just a little bit here. Got a battle much further down the field. This is the number 14 car, piloted by Zeb van der Slot. He is fighting with the number 81 car, Jay Planas there, and trying to go around the outside there as Planas, not quite able to make that stick. But in the slipstream though, going down the the back straight through the kink and coming up towards the chicane. Can he make the move into the chicane? It's not really an overtaking opportunity in this configuration. It's a very high-speed chicane here. Gonna have to bide his time looking into the next lap through the first corner. Back to lead the race though. We've got Blazkowicz still in the lead of the race with Vidamari following very closely behind. No way through for Vidamari yet, but again he could just be biding his time, waiting until the last part of the race. 23 minutes still of the race to go though, so there's plenty of time for Vidamari to close in and challenge. Ooh, is that Vidamari going a bit wide there? Looks like he might be going wide through the left-hander. He's managed to gather it all up, and he is continuing on. Although he's lost a couple of tenths to the number 18 ahead of him. Accelerating now out the hairpin. He's lost a little bit of time there. You see the gap between the top 3 cars there. A bit of a gap back to 4th as well. Van der Meulen in the number 95. Just looking to stick with these guys and pick up any pieces should he need to. But the racing very controlled by the top 3 drivers here. With Kevin Hino there in the number 87 Energy Racing Team car. Right on board with him for a quick minute. You can see the kind of effort it takes to drive, wrestle these cars around this track. Through the chicane. Oh, a lot of curb there for number 87. Able to hold it together, but that's going to lose him some time. Got to be very careful. Coming through, that is more drive-thrus come in. That's more stint times it looks like. That'll be removed instantly, thank God. Looks like Matthew Sanderson's gone into the pits, unfortunately. Looks like he's going to be out of this race as he battles the server issues. So at least we've got someone there. Looks like someone, 79 car there is round. That's Monterubio. He is a lap down now as he goes wide. Whoa, very, very squirrely there. Was number 87. Managed to hold it all together. We'll get out of the way will the 79 as quickly as possible. Well, 77 I should say actually. And he does. That's Master there, getting well out of the way of the faster cars coming through. Back on board with Vidamari. He's closing the gap ever so slightly here. I say that, he's actually dropped back a couple of tenths. Number 18 looks like he does have a good gap, nearly a second over Blazkis. So, the Hungarian looking like he has the race pace over Vidamari here, it seems. With your left-hander. The field's starting to bunch up slightly there through the lap traffic, it seems. Everyone's still about a second away from each other. This is still the closest battle we have, so the gaps have very quickly grown in this race so far. Start finish straight once again. As more drive-thrus come through, which will quickly be resolved, I am assuming, by the race director. Still no luck there. One more tenth has been gained by Blazkis over Vidamari. It's about 9 tenths of a second now. Looking a little bit further down the field here. This is battle for 11th position. It is fairly close. I say that as that is the 47 just on his own, so that is me telling a massive lie, it seems. But back to the front of the field. This is Landermullen trying his best to stick with the rest of the field. Got about 3 seconds to gain on Cavagnino to get on there. And this is Blazkis still in the lead. Up to lap some traffic here. The number 42 car is just ahead. It's the Tap Boy Racing car of Thomas Evans. Looks like he's not quite getting out of the way as of yet, but it's not quite close enough for number 18 to make a move. Breaking into the first corner now. 17 minutes of the race left to go. Oh, this is not helping number 18 here. Goes through past the 42. And oh, that's Vidamari. Looks like he had to take some avoiding action to avoid hitting number 42 there. And he's managed to get around him now, but that's cost him a little bit of time there that he probably would have gained by number 18 being stuck behind the 42. So lap traffic coming into effect here ever so slightly. Brought the gap over a little bit closer here. Capano is currently sat in 6th position. He's closing in on the number 84 guys within a second. So we'll keep an eye on that as it develops as well. Gap up to about 1.5 seconds in the lead though. So run aboard quickly with the number 16 car. Macaresses. And heavy braking now. Lost a little bit of time as 84 has Arno now. So, go back to the leader race. This is number 18. Once again, is extending that gap. It's actually staying quite steady at around 1.5 seconds at the moment. So, Vidamari definitely not giving up, it seems. The gap between second and third, it's slowly coming down. Well, it was before Vidamari went out just that little bit quicker. The fastest lap so far is held by Daniel Vidamari with a 1:58.458. So it's about 2 tenths quicker than everyone else. See what the gaps are coming through the first sector now. It was 1.4 seconds. Don't know why there's a pit window. That will close shut. There we go, halfway to the end of the race. I don't know why that guy is on. I'll have to turn the spotter and radio kind of chief off at some point for the next round. But halfway through the race, and Blanche Kish, number 18, has quite a dominant kind of dominant lead at the moment. It's secure for the time being. Back up to 1.5 seconds as Vidamari gets a bit wide coming out of the right-hander and gets onto the gravel. That's going to slow him down for the entirety of this straight. Gap is up now, probably by about another 3 tenths of a second down to just under 2. There's a lot of curb there. Takes the number 18. He's got to be very careful of that, just in case he unsettles the car and sends him into a spin. So that traffic behind getting out of the way of the number 87 car, currently sat in third. .5 minutes of the race to go. Closest battle we have on circuit, number 84 car is quite close to the number 95. So this is a battle here for 4th position. Down the inside goes the 84. This is entry area. It's actual battle we've got on circuit, and he's got himself past. And that has put Niels right in the path of number 16. That's Clapano. So he's going to be battling now. This is for 5th position. Coming down into the right-hander now. Not able to make the move yet is number 16. Stay with this right on the back of the 95. Is a 16. Not able to make the move into the hairpin. Through the Schumacher, this is not an overtaking opportunity, so no issues there. Defending 495, looking down the inside, not able to make that move stick. Just showing the nose, just so I know that, hey, I'm here. Mr. Van der Meulen, be careful, getting very close there. Through the right hander onto the back straight. A little bit of gravel there for number 16, that's going to slow him down. Through the kink now, and up towards the chicane. The next opportunity is probably going to be the final corner, possibly, or the first corner is the most likely target. Through the final corner as the drive-throughs pile up once again, which will slowly get removed, or quickly get moved. There they will go. And down the back straight, well, down the home straight now. Number 16 is deep within the slipstream range of 95. He looks to the inside. He's going to try and make a move. He's not. He's going to duck back onto the racing line and set up a move somewhere else. Running out of time to make this move now is Rapano. Within all this as well, the battle for the lead has gone down to under a second once again, so there's probably some lap traffic possibly, and does not actually look like the track is pretty clear ahead of him. Here we go, the 16 getting very close once again to the 95, looks on inside, not a move to make through here. And then through now, moving towards the towards hairpin. The 16 not just trying to look down the inside, it's not quite close enough. Vandermeulen very good on the brakes it seems, and he's gone just about gets it towards the apex. Right on the bumper there is the 16. Let's see, the light starts to fade now as the move into the twilight hours. Obviously we're not planning on having any nighttime racing in this. Only 10 minutes of the session of the race left to go. Through the S's now. 16 not able to make the move still, but he's got a lot of slipstream taking him towards the chicane. Is he going to try and be brave through the chicane? Is he going to be close enough? I don't think he is. He's very close. He goes down the inside, looks towards the inside, not able to make that. And ducks back in to try and make the move once again. Breaking into the final chicane now. There is a car, that's a lap car ahead, that's Milioni ahead. The number 5, he's going to have to try and find a way around this. Using the slipstream of the 5 to try and get closer with the 16 there, not close enough. Breaking now into the first turn. Ooh, not a clean exit there from the 16, so that's lost him a little bit of time. He's going to have to get back on it and get towards the number 95 once again. Looking back towards the front of the field here. The gap's still about 9/10 of a second between these two. So they're holding station pretty much throughout this the entirety of the race. Not sure if Vidamari's just biding his time or if he's going to try and make a move in the late stages of the race, but he is running out of time to do that. Back to the battle for 5th though. Rapano is gaining back up to the number 95 car. 3/10 of a second was the last split. It's going to be a little bit more than that now. 6/10 of a second. He got a bad exit out of turn 1. But he does definitely have a speed. He needs to make sure he hasn't overworked the tyres though. Very difficult to bring them back once they are overheated. Oh, very, very messy through the Schumacher S's. That's cost him a little bit more time as well. Breaking out into the S's. Eight minutes of the race to go. There's still time to make moves. Well, can probably get about 4 or maybe 5 laps remaining in the race. Vidamari dropped back once again. He's dropped about another 2/10 of a second. He's gained all that back. It's 8/10 of a second now to the lead. So we'll keep an eye on that as the race progresses. Going through the start-finish straight now. Is the 16 going to be close enough? Last lap was a 2-minute .3. Breaking into turn 1, not close enough. He's got to get a tidy exit now out of the first turn to stay on the back of the 95. 95's doing a fantastic job of defending here. It's not really a threat from behind for the 16. The number 55, Yusuf, is about 7.5 seconds behind him, so he's got no threat there. He can just look straight forward and attack, attack, attack. Gap back down, so the gap is closing at the lead as well. So Danny Vidamari is within 6/10 of a second, nearly, of Balazs Keshin, number 18. Through the Schumacher S's. Not quite close enough this time. We'll see when we come through to start the final sector, see if he's closed up any. This could be the moment now that Vidamari really opens the taps. Was he hiding it? We'll have to wait and see. through the kink. Coming towards the chicane now. We'll see what the gaps are. Breaking out 7/10 of a second, so he's lost a 10th. Doesn't mean much at the moment though. Through the final corner. Ooh, a little bit wide from Vidamari. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. A bit wide from the 18 though, so it's not as bad. Still doing 1:58 of these two cars, so they are storming away at the moment. A bit wide out the first corner there was number 68. Right on board with him for a few corners. You see the light is starting to fade. Temperature has gone down ever so slightly as well. You can see him pumping the brakes, trying to get the car slowed down. The clumsy stadium section, using all of the track he possibly can. That'll probably get him a cut track warning there. Don't get too many of those. 5.5 minutes left of the race. Breaking through the first corner. The first corner? That's not the first corner. Through the left-hander and now the right-hander coming down towards the hairpin. Scapano's dropped back from Vandermeulen. Gaps up to over a second now, so keep an eye on this as the 68 goes a bit wide through the hairpin. He's really pushing now, trying to get onto the back of the number 18 with 5 minutes of the race to go. Schumacher is not the tidiest through there, but he carried the speed. Through the S's, using as much of the track as they possibly can to maximise the exit. Very massive bit of opposite lock there for Vidamari. That has dropped him back a lot. All that work he's done to gain that time has now just been thrown out the window. So he has only about 2 or 3 laps remaining to get back on to number 18 after that small mistake. Very well to say that did the number 68 there. Fantastic bit of driving to get through that. Further back, we'll go back to the battle for 5th position. Gaining a little bit now is number 16, Alexis Clapano. Easy for some to say. Down start finish right into the braking zone. Can he gain any time? He's about 7/10 of a second back. So he's gained the time he's lost. Can he make that move stick though? He's running out of time to do it though. Going very wide there through the exit of turn 2. Using all of the track and disregarding track limits warnings just to try and gain some time on the 95. Gapped up to 1.7 seconds at least, so looks like the number 16 is starting to run out of steam, it seems. Into the hairpin, what can the 16 do? He's only 4/10 back, very deep on the brakes there was the number 16. Clapano is really pushing. There's all as well the 84 of Intrieri. He's just ahead. He's only about 2.5 seconds, 2 seconds in front of this battle. So it could easily turn into a battle for 4th. But at the moment, 16 very, very close there. Coming through the S's, he's really pushing now. He's been saving some of that time, some of the tyres, some of the pace for this final stretch as the light really starts to fade now. Through the kink, he's deep in the slipstream. He's not quite getting close enough though. Back up to 4, just under 5/10 of a second between these two cars. 2 minutes of the race to go. So we'll probably get one more lap. There's some traffic ahead there. Is that lap down car? I think it was. Unless it was one of the Energy Racing cars that's made a mistake. No, that's the lap down car there. That was the number 80. Is that 83, I believe? Yep. Minga there in the 83 Lamborghini. The V10 engine screaming away in the back of these cars. Using every inch of power to get close. Here's number 16 now. Drop back a couple of tenths with the lap traffic. Helping along with that. Getting closer once again under the brakes areas in number 16. It's a fantastic battle for 5th position we've got going on here. Going side by side, heading towards the hairpin. Is this going to be the move? 16's going to hang it around the outside. There's contact between the two. Capano keeping it on the track, but he's not able to make the move stick around the outside. And that might be curtains for that effort. It was a brave move, but at the end, you can't really go around the outside around that hairpin. So Clapano looking to make some more moves now, make some moves once again, try and get back onto these two cars. He was 5th momentarily, as you can see in the live timing on the left hand side. Not quite close enough. So 14 seconds of the race to go. We're coming on to the final lap now. As you heard from my team radio, which I definitely didn't forget to turn off. Number 18 has a 1.2 second lead over the 68, so this is pretty much good for number 18, provided he can get to the end of this lap in one piece. Hopefully the commentator's curse does not strike. Coming through turn 3 and 4 now. Oh, not sure what's happened there. Do apologise, we might have just had a server crash. Or it could have been me. We still have a stream.
Connection lost.
Oh, it looks like the server has unfortunately crashed, which is unfortunate
Connected.
for the final lap there. So that was unfortunate. So you can see it looks like that's what the standings will be at the end there, as the screen has frozen. Big F. Get all the Fs in chat, please. So Blas Kish will take the win in the number 18, followed by Danny Vidamari. Cavaniño in the 87 will take the 3rd position. And then we have Intrieri in 4th, followed by Vandermeulen in 5th, holding off Pano. We were robbed of that battle as well. Yusuf in the 55 in 7th, and then Dendau in the 23 in 8th. Planas in the 81, and Van der Slot in the 14. Well, it looks like I have just lost connection, so I'm assuming that's how it's all going to finish. So there we oh god, there we have it, everybody. That was round 1, the issue field round 1 of the CFS Super Trofeo Sprint Cup. 2 weeks time we'll be heading to Misano for round 2, so please do join us there, and hopefully we'll actually get to the end of the race without some issues. If you did enjoy the stream or when it was working, please leave a like and consider subscribing as well, and press the bell notification icon if you want to get kept up to date of all future streams. So yeah, thank you, Matt, for putting the results in the chat there. We will be posting them on our Discord as well, so if you're interested in joining in a series like this, have a look on our website and join our Discord as well. We're always having some form of event going on, so please do join us for that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll hopefully see you in 2 weeks for the next round in Misano, and also next Sunday for the 6 hours of Spa in for the WSCC in R Factor 2, if you are so inclined for that. So thank you once again for joining us. I do apologise once again for the abrupt end, just because it appears I have lost connection to the server. But yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you all next time.